Today, a Pentagon investigator testified that the Taliban subjected Bowe Bergdahl to the worst conditions that any American POW has suffered since Vietnam. Testimony wrapped up at a hearing to decide whether Bergdahl should be tried for desertion. He walked away from his base in Afghanistan in 2009, was captured, and then was swapped last year for 5 Taliban prisoners held by the U.S. Here's Omar Villafranca.
When Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl emerged into the sunlight in Afghanistan last summer, he looked gaunt but relatively healthy. But today, a hushed military courtroom heard about the brutal conditions Bergdahl endured as a Taliban captive for 5 years. Terrence Russell was part of the Pentagon team that debriefed Bergdahl upon his return to the U.S. He testified that Bergdahl was repeatedly beaten, tortured, and neglected. Russell said Bergdahl told him he escaped at least twice, one time evading recapture for 8 days. That led to harsher treatment. Bergdahl listened quietly as Russell described how the soldier was left in a 7-foot metal cage for over 3 years. He was blindfolded, malnourished, and living in his own waste. Russell said the torture ranks as some of the most horrible conditions of captivity we've seen in 60 years. Emotional, Russell told the court he believed Bergdahl had resisted his captors. He did the best job he could do, and I respect him for that. Bergdahl was captured after leaving his post in the middle of the night. Testimony today indicated he was trying to get the attention of generals to complain about Army leadership. Bergdahl could face life in prison if convicted of desertion and misbehaving in front of the enemy. Joshua Cornelison served in the same platoon with Bergdahl.
I think that if he is found guilty of anything less than that, I think it's an absolute slap in the face and an absolute atrocity to everybody else that has served honorably both in the Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts.
The Major General who conducted the Army's 2-month investigation into Bergdahl's actions was asked if he thought Bergdahl should go to jail. General Kenneth Dahl replied that a jail sentence would be inappropriate.
Omar, thank you very much.